For more than 4,500 years, the pyramids of Egypt have watched the passing of civilizations without yielding to time. Rising above the desert with unwavering silence, they continue to challenge everything we believe about the limits of ancient engineering, inviting every visitor to wonder how such colossal monuments could have been created long before modern machines ever existed. As you follow their story, you step back into the age of Egypt's Old Kingdom, when powerful pharaohs ruled a civilization whose ambition still echoes across history. To the ancient Egyptians, death marked the beginning of another journey rather than its end. Because they believed a pharaoh would continue living beyond this world, they devoted immense effort to creating monuments that could protect their ruler forever, laying the foundation for one of humanity's most extraordinary architectural traditions. Yet what inspired them to transform belief into structures that would survive for thousands of years? The earliest answer appeared with Pharaoh Djoser, whose step pyramid forever changed the history of construction. Unlike anything built before it, this immense stone monument introduced a revolutionary design that opened the path toward even greater achievements, proving that Egyptian builders were only beginning to discover what was possible. What would happen once those early ideas continued to evolve? As generations passed, Egyptian architects refined every lesson they had learned, and their growing confidence reached an extraordinary milestone when Pharaoh Khufu ordered the construction of a pyramid unlike anything the world had ever seen. His vision demanded a monument of unprecedented scale, one that would become the largest pyramid ever raised in ancient Egypt and a lasting symbol of royal authority. But creating such a structure required solving challenges that seemed almost beyond imagination. More than 2 million stone blocks were shaped, transported, and positioned with astonishing precision to give the Great Pyramid its remarkable form. Some of the granite pieces weighed over 70 tons, forcing builders to move materials of incredible size while maintaining an accuracy that still surprises engineers today. How could people working with simple technology accomplish something that continues to impress experts thousands of years later? For many years, countless stories claimed that enslaved laborers built these enormous monuments, yet archaeological evidence points toward a very different reality. Researchers now believe that trained craftsmen and skilled workers carried out the construction, living in nearby settlements where they received food, shelter, and medical care while participating in one of the greatest building projects in history. That discovery transforms the pyramids from symbols of forced labor into evidence of remarkable organization, planning, and human cooperation. Moving enormous limestone blocks across the landscape demanded practical solutions rather than impossible machines. Builders placed the stones on wooden sledges and poured water onto the sand to reduce friction, while long earthen ramps allowed each massive block to be pulled higher as the pyramid gradually rose toward the sky. Could methods that appear so simple really have made such an extraordinary achievement possible? The construction relied on careful preparation, straightforward tools, and thousands of workers performing their tasks with remarkable coordination. Every stage depended on precise planning and disciplined teamwork, proving that determination and organization could overcome obstacles that would have seemed impossible to any other civilization of the time. Even after thousands of years, that accomplishment continues to inspire admiration rather than disbelief. The evidence becomes even more astonishing when you look closely at the finished monument itself. In many places, neighboring stones fit together so precisely that the gap between them remains incredibly small, revealing a level of craftsmanship that still challenges modern understanding and raising an irresistible question about what other secrets these ancient builders may have left hidden within the pyramid's walls. For centuries, explorers entered the pyramids believing that every important chamber had already been uncovered and that little remained to surprise future generations. The monuments seemed to have surrendered all their secrets, leaving historians to study only what was already visible beneath the ancient stone. But what if the greatest discoveries had never been found at all? Modern technology transformed that assumption by revealing spaces hidden deep inside the Great Pyramid, places that had remained untouched for thousands of years. In 2017, researchers identified an enormous, unexplained void concealed within the structure, opening a new chapter in the study of one of history's most famous monuments and reminding the world that the pyramid still refuses to reveal everything it knows. No one can say with certainty why this vast hidden space was created or what purpose it was meant to serve. While legends continue to claim that mysterious outside forces built the pyramids, scientific evidence consistently points instead to the remarkable abilities of Egyptian engineers, craftsmen, and organized workers, making the true story even more extraordinary than the myths that have surrounded these monuments for generations. The more archaeologists uncover, the clearer the picture becomes, revealing that the greatest strength behind the pyramids was not magic, but the extraordinary intelligence of the people who designed them. Every new finding adds another piece to a story built on careful planning, remarkable engineering, and the ability of thousands of individuals to work toward a single goal. If these discoveries continue to reshape what we know, what else might still be waiting beneath the ancient stone? That enduring mystery is one reason millions of people travel to Egypt every year to stand before these immense monuments with their own eyes. Even after countless centuries, the pyramids still dominate the landscape with the same commanding presence that once inspired an entire civilization. While archaeologists continue searching for hidden chambers and unanswered questions buried within their massive foundations. Each excavation brings researchers one step closer to understanding the civilization that created these timeless structures. Yet many experts remain convinced that the greatest revelations have not been made. The pyramids are far more than ancient tombs, standing instead as enduring symbols of what human determination can accomplish. And perhaps the most fascinating mystery is not how they were built, but what still lies concealed inside their silent walls. Although the pyramids of Giza are the most famous in the world, they were only part of a much larger story that stretched across ancient Egypt. More than 100 pyramids were built over many generations, and while their size and appearance often differed, each one was created with the same purpose of safeguarding a pharaoh throughout eternity. How did those early monuments gradually lead to the greatest pyramid ever constructed? One of the most revealing examples is the Bent Pyramid, whose unusual shape preserves the evidence of important changes made while construction was still underway. Rather than hiding a setback, it demonstrates how Egyptian builders learned from experience, refining their techniques and improving each new design as their understanding continued to grow. Every challenge became another step towards something even greater. Those lessons eventually produced the Red Pyramid, the first successful pyramid with smooth sides and a major turning point in Egyptian engineering. Its achievement proved that earlier experiments had succeeded in transforming ambitious ideas into reliable construction methods, providing the confidence that would soon inspire the creation of the legendary Great Pyramid at Giza. The Giza Plateau offered exactly the conditions needed for a monument of unprecedented scale, providing a solid bedrock foundation capable of supporting millions of carefully placed stone blocks. Its location also placed the construction site close to the Nile River, allowing essential building materials to arrive with far greater efficiency than would otherwise have been possible. Why was choosing the right location just as important as designing the pyramid itself? During the yearly floods of the Nile, boats carried massive stones and vital supplies directly toward the construction area, turning the river into the lifeline of one of history's greatest engineering projects. Building the pyramids became a national effort that relied on the skill and dedication of thousands of Egyptian workers, each contributing to an achievement that would outlive every generation involved in its creation. Every limestone block was carefully shaped before beginning its long journey to the site, while some of the largest stones traveled hundreds of kilometers from distant quarries along the Nile. Granite destined for the king's chamber came from Aswan, nearly 800 kilometers to the south, making every perfectly fitted block another remarkable reminder of the planning and determination behind these extraordinary monuments.